A different dimension in which I was not Adam, but a guy named Jacob who owned a truck.
Anyways, welcome to Staring at Hot
Welcome to
Wheels.
Staring at Hot Wheels.
My name is Seth.
I'm Adam.
And my name is Seth. And today, very special guest.
Super special.
Super special. Our favorite Canadian.
Pastor Troy Smith.
Yeah.
Yay. There's no audience.
No.
Hey, Troy.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So thank you, Troy, for coming on the podcast. We appreciate you.
Yeah. How's life?
So good.
That's good.
It's kind of hot out today, though.
Yeah, it's a little sweltering.
It's great.
It's like we're in that like time of year when you don't know if it's going to start cooling down or if it's just going to.
It's going to stay hot until like middle
hitting you.
October. That's my bet.
You think?
Yeah.
Dang.
Anyway.
Long winter.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do a 10-minute one shot?
Yeah.
How can we not?
That's
Part
what
of
I,
the
that's
show.
what I like to hear. Troy, do you have any history of being a nerd?
Admittedly, probably not.
Really?
I mean, in this realm, I listened last week's, and the sentient teeth were pretty good.
Thanks, dude.
That was pretty.
That was off the cuff.
That was good.
Yeah. So, it's not as complicated as you think. Think of it like a 10-minute improv sesh, but I'm gonna ask you questions and have you make a character. It's not super complicated. A lot of people pick it up easier than you think it does.
Yeah.
So, it's not
As a thank you for coming on the show, we give a commemorative dice that you
Whoa.
can use.
20 whole
Okay.
sides.
Yeah. Or give it back and if you don't like it. So, I mean.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Let's get the handy dandy timer out. All right. Are you guys ready? So, 3, 2, 1. The name of this one shot is The Frozen North. So, there is
Been there.
there is a place in the lands of D&D called the Frozen North, and it gets that name because it's very far north, and for the most part of the year it snows and it's very cold. But for the last about few months or so, winter has not ended, because even in like Antarctica and Alaska they have summer seasons where it's like a little bit warmer and more bearable to live. But there has been a permanent winter kind of established in place because of an evil, malevolent winter force. And so like the lakes are frozen over, nobody can ice fish, it's harder to go out and hunt. Life has just been miserable in the frozen north. And so the town of Fish Stick has delegated 2 mighty townsfolk to venture to the kind of aurora borealis looking cataclysm beyond the town to try and sort out this mess. That being said, Seth, what is your heroic townsfolk person's name and race?
I'm Tom the human.
Tom the human.
Yeah.
Okay,
Super simple.
cool. Troy?
In honor of the DMV, I'm Jacob.
Jacob. Nice. What's your race? Think Lord of the Rings.
Okay. I am Norse. Wait.
No.
No, I can't be.
Human.
You want to be? Yeah.
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 That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Tom the human and Jacob the human. You guys are setting off farther north toward this mighty aurora borealis looking thing in the sky. As you guys are kind of trudging along through the snow, what does that look like? What's that conversation like? What kind of theories do you have about what's going on here in the frozen north?
Man. I just don't understand how the land can get colder all of a sudden. Like we keep going more and more up, and it gets colder and colder.
It is very cold. And I wonder if winter will ever end.
It's almost like a winter wonderland or something.
But a bad one.
Yes.
A bad winter wonderland. Someone should write a song about that. Anyways, so you guys kind of you get to the foot of some snowy dunes, and at this point this aurora, like shimmering light show, is like right in front of you, and you can tell that like the source of this light is coming from right behind these giant dunes of snow. So as you attempt to climb these dunes, can you guys make me a athletics check to see if you make it up? So Troy, you're just gonna roll that dice right there and tell me what number it lands on.
7. That's good.
And 10 for me.
You know what? It is good, Troy. So you guys both, because you guys have lived here your whole lives.
Yeah.
You guys effortlessly trudge up these dunes of snow and get to the very tippy top. And when you get to the top, you kind of notice that like this is unnaturally formed. So this was like made, these dunes, and they all kind of like go down in this large crater. And at the bottom of this crater, you see 3 giants. They have pale bluish skin. They each stand about like 12 to 15 inch tall, hulking
Inches?
feet.
Okay, there you go.
Mini giants.
So,
They're giants, but they're kind of the runts of the litter, so they're just human sized. No, yeah, they're about 12 to 15 feet tall, varying in between them, hulking muscles like loincloths, like the whole 9 yards. And in the middle of this crater, there is what appears to be a machine made of ice, and it has like a spout in, and then kind of like like a funnel in and a funnel out pointing upwards. And these giants are like shoveling snow into it, and like something is happening in this icy contraption, and it's spitting the snow out. And as it spits up out into the air, it kind of changes into these lights that are going up into the sky and kind of like permeating the sky and keeping all the cold kind of into the frozen north. So these giants are just kind of like shoveling snow into this ice machine.
can I see like beyond where they're at? Are there more of them?
No, it seems to just be these 3 giants.
Okay.
Sounds like they're cloud seeding.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't good.
Yeah,
this is like a government experiment.
And your character would like not know what that is, but like that is a very accurate description of what is going on.
Okay, how do we approach this? How far away are they from us?
They're probably about like half a mile down. That's how far the crater stretches down in, and you're like standing at the top.
Is the like snow and ice we're on, like, is it settled?
It's like it's powdery, because like it's almost constantly snowing at this point.
Yeah.
So there's some fresh pow on this snow dune.
So Troy, what I'm thinking is we just start what's the snow
It starts with an A.
avalanche?
Yeah.
That's the word I'm
Okay,
looking
that's
for.
a good idea.
All right, how do you guys want to do this?
Well, it usually starts with like sound or movement or something.
Usually explosives, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we bring anything with us?
Well, what classes are you guys? Do you guys think you know any?
Probably not.
No.
Imagine we just brought like swords and food.
Yeah. Well, what's something else that can like start at the top of a hill and become like bigger as it goes down?
Well, like a snowball.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to make a snowball and
Yeah.
roll it down the
Yeah.
hill?
Let's try it. I mean, why not?
All right. Can you guys roll me a performance check? So just roll that dice one more time.
Okay. You know, it's funny. I don't know what's good or bad with this. Like, is
So
higher?
higher's good.
Higher is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I get.
Oh, that's a good one. 19.
There you go.
I got
Troy.
16.
All right, so you each form these snowballs Tom, aggravatingly enough, Jacob's snowball is like a little bit more better looking than yours, more spherical.
Yeah.
But you don't have time to think about that. All right, so you guys have these snowballs. What do you do with them? Do you just
Just
kind of send them?
I think we just roll them.
All right, so you guys roll the snowballs down this hill. The fresh powder attaches onto the snowball more and more as it rolls, and it gets bigger and bigger, and a loud rumbling starts to form as these two snowballs form into these giant snow boulders and just go down and down and down, getting more and more speed until all of a sudden the giants look up, and you can hear them all like exclaim in fear as these snowballs come barreling towards them. And one of the snowballs just absolutely flattens one of the giants. It is a huge poof, and like powdery snow flies into the air as this giant gets laid out. And then the other one hits the snow machine, and it cracks in the snow machine, and it kind of teeters for a little bit, and then it falls towards the other two giants, and the last little bit of snow they shoveled in gets spat out at them. And as this shining, shimmering lights hit them, the two giants get like frozen in place, encapsulated in freezing ice, and they're kind of like frozen there, arms extended, like faces in horror and agony as they become ice statues.
Good job.
It's like Harrison Ford.
There you go. So, with our final 30 seconds, you guys stand victorious over the ice machine, these giants. What's the final thing that you want to do?
Does the sky stop shimmering and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. The lights stop hitting the sky. The ice machine sputters out and stops squirting out the magic stuff, and the sky actually begins to clear up, and the sun starts to peek through the clouds for the first time in a while.
Perfect. Troy, is there anything you want to do?
I want to snowboard down into the cliff.
Yeah, you guys
Perfect.
pull out some medieval looking snowboards and just spend the rest of the day just carving some gnar, dude.
Love it.
Just shredding some fresh pow. The end.
Perfect.
Wow.
We saved the North.
It was a tough job.
And Troy never wants to do anything like that again. That wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too
That was
bad.
good.
That was
Yeah,
good.
I like that. Yeah.
So the other part of our show that we do is a Hot Wheel of the Week, which Adam told me to stop doing the song for. So
Unless you get like an actual like song to edit in there.
I mean,
it's not just your voice.
I can make one. It
Dude,
would
we
probably
could-
still have my voice in it, but
We'll talk later.
all right. All right. Today's Hot Wheel of the Week from the Porsche set
Okay.
from 2022 is a Porsche 935.
Okay.
It is a Le Mans style vehicle. Nice blue color. And
Sweet.
came out of that set was 6 total. I have 4 of the 6, which is kind of sad. But
Okay.
935 was originally only made for races, and then moved on to it being a more widely accessible car.
Okay.
Accessible for millionaires, but
Yeah.
not acceptable
Yeah,
for
for sure.
us.
Yeah. I like how it's blue.
Yeah. It was very blue. I gave
It's a good color.
Troy a blue dye and everything. Didn't even plan that, but
There you go.
yeah.
Do you like the color blue, Troy?
I do. Yeah.
That's good.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
Red?
Okay. So kind of the opposite.
The opposite, yeah.
The opposite. of
Totally
blue.
wrong.
Okay, cool.
Troy, do you have a dream car?
Well, my dream car for many years was a Mini Cooper.
Okay.
I always wanted one, and I finally got one,
Oh yeah.
and then I sold it to Aaron Lane
Yeah.
because my kids got too big to fit in it.
Yeah.
So that was
How-
always my dream car.
How long did you have it for?
Like 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sold it like right before I started working at the church.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember it was tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it would like backfire and all this stuff.
Well, when I first got it, it was kind of funny. I thought it was like I bought it used off this guy, and I took it in, but it sounded terrible, right? And so I took it into the shop, and the guy like runs all the diagnostic and stuff, and he's like, "Hey, there's nothing wrong with your car." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, if you were younger, they would call this a feature."
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, "Thanks, buddy."
jeez. I remember my boss before Aaron Davis, and the podcast knows who Aaron Davis is. He, right after I started working there, we started doing these staff retreats once a month, where we just go out to dinner, like out to lunch and stuff. And he was on a different team, so we went separately. But Aaron Lane drove him in that Mini Cooper. And I remember my boss came back to me after it was all over and we were back at the church. He goes, "Aaron Lane kind of scares me driving."
Yeah, he does.
His car is kind of wild.
You want to know who scares me driving? This one.
Troy.
Yeah. Troy, so one of the first I wouldn't say first, but a good portion of time when I spent with Troy was him, Seth Vittetto, Nathan Holteroff, Aaron Lane, and I went to California together. And Troy drove the whole time down there.
Okay.
And I was constantly in fear for my life with how Troy was driving. But that's just how California drivers are, I found out. So
That's true.
But Troy's Canadian.
Yes.
Yeah, but I
Is
did
that-
live in California for quite a long time.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's how
there
I
we
met
go.
Mike Wilson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that would make sense.
But yeah, so I love Troy, but he scares me driving in California. I haven't driven with him here in Wenatchee, but
I drove with you a few weeks ago when we all got Blue Spoon.
Oh yeah, I've chilled out quite a bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't remember being that scared.
No.
So it was good.
maybe it's just California.
It's just
all
California.
right, all right.
Is it kind of like you have to
You
drive?
have to. You got to be aggressive.
You have to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it this way: I moved from California here. My first 3 months, I live in Washington State. I got 3 tickets
Okay.
because I was so used to being aggressive, and you can't do that here.
Yeah. You got to be all nice and kind and stuff.
Yeah.
It was bad when my wife and we went to our honeymoon in Florida. We came back here, and for like a week I had to unlearn how to Florida drive and remember how to Wenatchee drive.
Dude, Florida drivers are the worst.
It was horrible.
They're the worst.
I was speeding on the freeway one time, and a cop flew past me.
Oh, yeah.
I was already going like 80, and this cop flew past me, probably going 110. And he didn't have the lights on or anything, just going.
I might be wrong, but I think I read somewhere that Oklahoma has the worst drivers in the nation. And my parents lived there for a while, and they said it was so weird because Oklahoma has the nicest people
They're so nice.
and the worst drivers. So this guy will cut you off going 80 in a 60 and then give you a friendly wave and a smile as he's doing it. And like you can't help but like you can't really be mad.
Yeah.
I went to Oklahoma once, and they seriously are the nicest people.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great, but they have to live in Oklahoma.
Yeah. So I think that's like
What is in Oklahoma?
sagebrush.
Okay.
So it's flat.
It's very
hot.
flat.
It's flat.
So, well,
I don't know.
anyways, on from Oklahoma talk. Troy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
What you do. who you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm married. I got 4 kids. I work at a church, which is kind of weird, but good.
Is
too.
that weird, though?
Well, no, actually, it's good.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, actually. I don't know why
I
I,
was gonna
said
say
it
it's
was
pretty.
weird.
It's pretty chill. It's
It
pretty
is.
cool.
It is. Yeah.
What's your day-to-day look like now? Because I know, like, when I was interning there, you were fully in on the worship stuff and, like, in
Yeah.
charge of all of that.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I'm back.
Okay. Okay.
So, like 2 weeks ago, my job totally shifted again back to worship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you happy about
I'm
that?
super happy
Okay.
about it. Yeah. No, it's been amazing. I'm so happy about it.
Good.
That's
Okay.
good.
Cool. Nice. So we know you're originally from Canada. What brought you down into the States?
Oh, man. That's a long story tale. But a short version is I initially went to the States to join this thing called Youth with a Mission in Los
YWAM.
Angeles. And that was initially what brought me. And then my pastor from my church in Canada moved to Texas and wanted me to come and be the worship and youth guy there.
That's cool.
So that's kind of how I ended up.
Nice. And how long were you in Texas for?
I was there for about 3 years, and then I was in California on and off for like about 9 years.
Okay. And when did you meet your wife?
I met her in Los Angeles.
Okay.
At Youth with a Mission.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The podcast is very familiar with Youth with a Mission because we had Matthew Baxter on.
Ah.
Yeah.
He called me today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. I haven't talked to Matthew since the podcast, actually, but since our episode with him.
I've seen him here and there. Yeah.
I heard he got a new job, but
Just today, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
he's getting married.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting married here soon.
Time to settle down and do that stuff.
Yeah, but well, nice. What have you always had like kind of a musical background? Was your family musical?
No.
Okay.
I come from like the least, well, not the least musical family ever, but maybe up there. I could have cared less about music. I actually didn't even play an instrument until I was 22.
Okay.
Growing up, I just love sports, and I love playing any kind of sport all the time, basketball, football.
Is that
kind
the
of stuff.
direction you were thinking you were gonna go, or?
No, I don't know what I thought. I mean, everybody just kind of dreams of
Yeah.
being an athlete, but yeah,
Fair.
yeah.
was
I did
gonna-
always like to sing.
Okay.
That was always like something I like to do. So
I was gonna say, like, what was ministry something that you always thought about going into or wanted to go into?
No, actually, only until I went and did my discipleship training school with YWAM, and that's when things really shifted for me, where I felt like the Lord was actually calling me to go into ministry.
Cool.
Yeah.
I still gotta think of my next question, Adam.
Did you grow up Christian?
No, I became a Christian when I was like 10 or 11.
Okay.
So my parents divorced when I was like 3 or 4, and my dad got remarried. And then we started going to this like church, and I'd never been to church before in my whole life. And yeah, I came to Christ at that church, and like I was that kid in VBS that put up his hand and received Christ, and it was like for real the first time I'd ever really knew about the
right.
Lord. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
So was your dad's new wife a Christian? And that's kind of
She had a church background.
Okay.
Yeah, and they had my stepsister. She started going to this youth group, and they're like, "So we should go to church." So
That's cool.
yeah.
That's very similar to me. It's like I didn't grow up Christian, and I hadn't been in a church until I was like 11, and I went to Peyton Lane's baptism
Oh no way.
at the time when actually Free Methodist,
Okay.
and that was the first time I'd ever stepped in a church. And that weekend is when they introduced. Is that right? I think so. Maybe it was like within the transfer portal or something like that of introducing Mike. It was around
Whoa.
that time.
Okay.
So that was interesting. I don't think the church fully grasped who Mike was for a while. Of like
no idea what they were getting.
Yeah.
So Mike and I were on staff together for like 6 years, in California.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you saw him like
Oh yeah.
coming up here.
He was the ultimate youth pastor. I remember the day he sat me down, and he's like, because I used to live in Washington, and Sarah's from Washington, and he's like, "You ever heard of this place called Wenatchee?" and I was like, "Bro, you don't want to go there. Like, it's like such a small town. You would hate it there." And that's so funny that we both ended up here. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So he was a youth pastor at that church in California?
He was the youth pastor when I went there. I was the worship pastor, and then he became the associate pastor. And you could tell, like, holy mama, when he started preaching, it was like, dude, this guy is going to be an amazing pastor.
Cool.
Yeah.
And he is.
And he is. Yeah, so much so. He's such a great leader that I, moved my whole family here.
Yeah.
Believed in what the Lord was
There you
doing.
go.
So
So now your passion is mostly worship. At the time, was it different? Or
yeah, no, same.
okay. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, did you move up here with him, or did he come up and then
He
ask you
came.
to?
I was a year later. Yeah, I mean, I loved where I was at, but the Lord spoke to me. It was really crazy. I had this crazy experience. I felt like the Lord wanted me to move, but I didn't know where or what or anything. Like I just had this thing, and but I was like, I don't want to just quit my job. This is kind of weird. I like need more than that, God, you know, and so I was praying in like the nursing room, where they have those windows and moms go back there and stuff.
Yeah.
I was praying and I was like, Lord, I need like a sign like that I'm supposed to move. Like, and so he goes, you want a sign? I was like, yes, like give me something, and I felt like the Lord was like, reach under the couch and it was like, I pull out this book and the book says, wanna move? It's like a kid's book. And so I like put the book down. I went into my lead pastor's office and I was like, hey, I don't know what God's doing, but I feel like God's calling me to move. Like, and then right after that, I got a few job offers, one in Bellevue, and then Mike called me about Wenatchee. So
That's cool.
Wow.
yeah.
I love when he makes it so blatantly clear like that.
It
Yeah.
was so clear. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Something that was really funny because at the time, I forget who it was that was running worship before you came in. Suji, yes.
Suji approved.
And my dad, like, he would off and on come to church with me, and he still wasn't like fully in because he had separate church hurt outside of. His parents made him go to a Baptist church like every week. It seemed like every day. It's from what my dad told me, and he just got totally burnt out. And then like when he moved out to go to college, he just was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this." And then when he had me, they explained till I became a Christian of like, we don't really care what you believe in, just as long as you recognize there is something there.
Wow.
And then I ended up finding my own faith, but he was coming off and on, and from his perspective, he's like, there was Suji, and then all of a sudden there's this bald dude. Who's this bald dude? And so that was I had been going every week, so it was funny to hear from my dad's perspective of like not going every week, and then all of a sudden there's a new person who's there every week.
That's awesome.
Is Suji someone I would know?
No, she was only there for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But and her husband took a church ironically in California.
Oh,
So she went on to do she's still doing awesome things.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you still keep in touch with her?
No, I mean I never actually knew her.
Oh, okay.
I only know the legend of Suji, and she like paved the ground for me in a really good way. She like refused to do hymns, which was great for me because I don't really know hymns, and so she like broke a lot of ground in a good way for me. So, and bought that really great drum kit.
Is it still there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, is it the
she
white one?
literally spent. Well, I don't know if I should say this, but anyways, it was awesome.
Is it the white one that's still
It's
there?
the
right
one
now?
that we use every week still.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So it was a great investment actually. So
There we
Yeah.
go.
yeah.
That's cool. So you didn't come from a very musical background. You learned an instrument at 22. What was the first instrument you learned and kind of took up?
Guitar. So
Okay.
I got back from YWAM. I was sitting on my couch. I was going to Bible college, and I was just sitting there, not even like praying or anything. I felt like I heard the Lord just say, "Learn guitar." That was it. It was just like learn guitar. And so I borrowed like an old like garbage guitar and tried to learn, and I was terrible. And my roommate was like, "Oh, I'll learn guitar too," and like. Literally, like weeks later, he's riffing like solos and playing like so well, and I like literally put it in the closet. And then like it took me years to get proficient at even playing chords.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still not that great, but enough to get by.
So, yeah.
That was always my experience. Like I had a guitar, or originally I had a drum set, and I lost my hearing because of drumming for a bit. I lost my hearing for about 3 days. I couldn't hear at all because I would play just heavy metal music and not wear ear protection.
Oh, yeah.
And so my dad sold the drum set and bought me a guitar, and I had a really good friend who also same Christmas got a guitar too, and same story. I was like, I'm barely learning, and like a month later, even today he's still playing in bands that it's like every clip I see of him online,
Amazing.
he's just the best guitarist ever.
What kind of, like, maybe this isn't the case for everyone, but I feel like every Christian, like, listens to worship music, and that's what they listen to. But then some people be like, and Van Halen.
Right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to use the term, like, what's your music guilty pleasure?
Yeah.
But do you have
well,
anyone like
mine's
that?
kind of boring, really. I like Coldplay a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a
But
really...
that's like a very typical.
It's a
I would
very
say.
safe choice.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of crazy what happened recently with that whole thing. That was
Dude.
wild.
That was the most viral internet thing I remember in years.
Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it
And the most memed thing in years.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's so
was
great.
funny that it was like it happened, and then like the next weekend or something like that, you were preaching and talking about going to a Coldplay
Dude,
concert.
I know. I preached before it happened.
Oh, it was before,
Good thing,
that's
or I
right.
would have never
There,
talked about
there
it.
we
It
go.
was too viral.
It would have ruined Troy's sermon.
And it would have.
He'd have to find a new illustration
Yeah.
to do. I think that's such a weird thing to do at a concert. Because, like, bands have
It's
their
the worst
gimmicks, you
thing to
know?
do.
It's like, all right, concert's halfway over. We're going to get this camera, and we're going to, like, point at people in the crowd and talk about it.
That was weird. You know,
You know?
why they do the camera thing, though? Initially, why they did it? So I went to their world tour, and one of the coolest things that they do at the very end of the concert, they do the song like Back to the Start. I'll take you back to the start. But they play clips of the whole show up to that point.
Oh.
And they
Oh,
like
that's
put
cool.
it, they like somehow edit it all the way through, and they play it in like reverse. It's the coolest thing.
Do you think that one made it in?
Well, I hope it does. Yeah. Do you see what happened this week? Somebody proposed on the little thing.
Oh,
It was
really?
pretty cool.
that one
too.
didn't go as viral.
No, not even close.
Yeah, no one cares about that.
No.
Yeah.
People
That's
propose.
funny.
People propose all the time.
So, what, like, because recently, I shouldn't say recently, but, like, I've seen it more of, like, you or Jeff or someone like that preaching. What brought that on of, like, the internal workings of the church of, like, kind of Mike handing off the reins every now and then to someone like you?
Well, he
Yeah.
takes every July off. From
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's the
okay.
catalyst. The catalyst is Mike's a smart man. Right after a decade of being here, he knows that he needs a little bit of breather in the
Yeah.
summer, so he does like 4 or 5 weeks, and then he lets us get in there once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy those times when you get to prepare a sermon?
I do actually.
Okay.
I never used to, but I kind of geek out about it now. So yeah, I kind of like it.
Because your first time wasn't that long ago
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
at Sage.
Yeah, because I was always like leading worship, so they were just, I don't know,
Yeah.
got to do that.
That would be funny about like leading worship and then just staying on stage and being like,
So I've done it before.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, at my a few churches ago, I led worship and then I preached, and it's
That
not
doesn't sound-
recommended.
No,
that doesn't
no.
sound fun.
No.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, was that church more than one service?
Yeah, there's a couple services.
Yeah. I think if it was like one service, then like it's manageable. But like, if your church does 3 services, then
No way.
yeah, no way.
Yeah. So have you dug into like any like what Aaron Lane does now of like kind of digging behind the scenes and like helping with like the lighting for stuff or anything like that?
Well, I mean, I dig in a little,
Mm-hmm.
but the truth is I'm really bad at that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And by God's grace, I've always had somebody that is an absolute genius at it.
Mhm.
Like for like Seth,
Yeah.
who just, and then now Aaron, and then his protege Owen.
Owen. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Owen.
So there's just like,
Don't get me started on that kid.
Dude, he's so good at
He's
drumming.
awesome.
That's funny
Yeah.
because Aaron Lane does not think of himself as a genius when it comes to that stuff.
Not at all.
Interesting. But he's mechanical, right? So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he
He
knows
can-
how to dig in the inner workings of stuff, figure out how
he
it
can
works.
figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's the best tech director person, is somebody who can figure something out.
Yeah. It's so weird for me to watch Owen be who he is now because I was his youth group leader for 6th
I
grade.
know.
And it's like I don't like seeing tall Owen. There was like a stretch of time where I didn't see him at all, and then all of a sudden he's
In my
tall.
mind, he's still in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
A really weird time thing to throw you off. Greg was Seth's youth leader.
yeah. He helped me learn electric guitar.
Whoa.
Yeah. And now I'm really like he was in both of our weddings. And
Yeah, and now we're all friends.
Yeah. Like
Greggy.
really good friends.
I just went on a backpacking trip with Aaron Lane and Miles. Like we just like loaded up backpacks and went
Really?
overnight up Minotaur
Okay.
and just went up there, spent the night, and came back down. And so much happened in that one night. Like we went right after work on Thursday. Like we got in the car Thursday night and drove up there and hiked Minotaur and spent the night. And so I was like dog tired, and we're sitting up there and it got dark. We all finished eating whatever it was that we ate, and I was in my tent at this time, but Miles and Aaron were like looking around, and Aaron I guess saw an owl and went, "Oh, Miles, look, an owl!" And Miles turned his light on and went, "Where?" And like looked directly at the owl, and the owl was like mid swoop, like lunging at him. By the time the light hit it, and Miles just like screamed. And then also, I was like, apparently I was sawing logs because I was like out in my tent, but Miles and Aaron had like a lot of trouble like sleeping, and at one point there are these like chipmunk squirrel things. They were scratching our backpacks outside of our tents all night, and but Aaron said at one point he just started to hear like really heavy breathing, like and like, deep footsteps, and so he was like rigid in his tent, and like something started like pawing in his backpack, and then like the backpack just like fell over and got dragged across camp,
No.
and then it stopped, and he said the funniest part is like all that was happening, and then from my tent it was just untouched.
Crazy. They're
Yeah.
scared of the snoring.
Yeah, probably.
That's true.
Yeah,
Great
I-
defense mechanism.
I'll take credit for that.
So something that's been fun with me is I get for the last 3 years I think I've done fantasy football with Troy and his kiddos, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's been super interesting because like his kids like still go to school, so there's like a time period before school and after school where I get trade requests from
They
your
sent-
kiddos.
Last year was my first time playing fantasy football. I got so many trade requests from Troy's kids to the point where I walked up to someone, I think it was Greg. I was like, "Hey, is this normal?" And Greg went, "No."
They literally obsess over it. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, they love it.
Well, I'm sure you like it about being a sports fan and kind of like getting to do that with your boys.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and they won. Like
Yeah.
Caleb won last year.
Yeah.
You got beat by a 11-year-old.
I know, it sucks.
Yeah.
Do you ever like go in their room and go like, "Hey, tone it down, all right"?
Well, the worst thing for me last year in that league, I didn't even make the playoffs.
No, I didn't either.
I scored like the most points in the league, the number one most points in the league, and didn't make the playoffs. I was so mad.
So, outside of church, what do you enjoy doing with your family?
Well, one of the things we love to do is ski.
Okay.
Yeah, we always go skiing every Friday because our kids are homeschooled, and so we just go skiing on Fridays. The mountain's fairly empty, and it's so much fun. And then I don't know what else do we do. We're like normal family, play games and watch movies, and
Is having 4 kids difficult? Because like
Oh, dude.
I in my
I-
mind, I
I-
take care of 2 little cousins, not regularly. It used to be pretty regularly. I would take care of Herbie and Teddy are my 2 little cousins.
Okay.
I
And-
love Troy's stance on kids. I've heard
I-
it before.
I hated when like I would take care of them because I didn't have Haley yet, and so it was zone coverage. It was not fun. And now they have 2 younger sisters as well, and I don't take care of them anymore because I'm like,
It's too many.
it's too many.
Yeah. So we had 4 kids, like all 18 months apart, pretty much.
Mhm.
And so the first 5 years, it's kind of a blur. Um, but now it's so much fun
Mhm.
because I have a 15-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And like last night we were playing this drawing game, kind of. It's like something IO or whatever.
Mhm.
You all draw and like we can all play together, and they're all kind of at the same level, and
That's
it's like
fun.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Adam always hears me talk about this, but like, here's the thing. I'm gonna say it again, but I think the biggest lie in your generation, right? What do you get generation? Are you Gen Z?
I don't even.
You don't
know.
even
Yeah,
know.
me and Seth are Gen Z.
You're Gen Z, so you don't have all the cool lingo,
No.
the peak stuff. And okay, but the biggest lie in your generation is that kids are too hard,
Mhm.
right? Or it's just they're too expensive, or it's going to take all too much of your time. But the truth is, the best thing you'll ever do with your life is raise kids.
Yeah.
It's so fulfilling. It's rewarding. Yeah, it's tough, but it makes you grow up.
Yeah.
Like, until you have kids, you don't realize how selfish you really are. Actually,
Oh.
it'll show you that in such a good way. But it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much fun, especially as they get older. Like, I don't know. I love
I'm
it.
not saying I don't want to have kids because I absolutely want to be a dad. Like, before I even met Haley, when Herbie was born, I remember holding him. He was about 3 days old. I was holding him in the hospital, and I was like, it was like God was telling me, like, you're gonna have this one day.
Come on.
But at the same time, I had also just broken up with a girlfriend who was super abusive, and so I was like, I'm never getting married. Not gonna do any of this.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna adopt a kid, and it's just gonna be me and them.
Okay.
And that was how my whole plan was gonna go, and that has changed. But
God had a
Yeah.
different plan. Yeah.
and so
Yeah, you married pretty well.
yeah. Oh
Your
yeah.
wife's like so nice.
I love Haley. It was-
Yeah.
yeah.
You did good.
Adam did too. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Eric-
did you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You better have kids.
I
You
I
have good
want to.
wives.
Whenever my wife like leads a song at church,
Oh, she did
and
so good
sings,
this weekend.
like I'll get people that come up to me and like, dude, your wife is so good at that, and I'm like, I had nothing to do with it.
And that's the
Different-
truth.
Different
yeah.
worlds, bro.
It's so much fun when I get to mix live stream sound when your wife is leading a song or something because I'm
Mhm.
like, I gotta make this sound good.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not putting as much effort into everyone else, but
I'm also standing behind him. Being
yeah,
like, yeah,
just
you better
breathing down my neck.
turn up that knob. So I have 2 more questions, and then we'll move on to like kind of like the finalish segment. But me, even though me and Troy like work together, we don't talk like a ton, just because like different worlds, you know. But I've always been like curious. Do you remember when I started working at the church?
Oh yeah.
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 So I've always wondered what like your perception of me was when I first started, and how it how it's changed.
I would
over
say
time.
of all the people that I know at the church, my perception has changed the most of anybody about you.
Oh.
Because when you first started, you're like so quiet and like the hoodie usually. And then
Oh yeah.
really like you just like put your head down and did your job and you're pretty quiet. But little did I know, you're really funny. Like super quick-witted and sarcastic and funny. Kind of a little more Canadian than
Oh.
you would think. because Canadians tend to be like pretty sarcastic and funny.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, I would say like just you're way different. And then obviously when I heard you preach, and then really like you're a good preacher.
Oh, thanks.
Like when I go to this like the student ministry, I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're actually really listening. And then you're like super funny too. So
Oh, thanks.
yeah.
Dude, I have no idea. like we like and like I'm trying to be like humble here, but like I don't know what it is about like when I would preach at youth group, like they would just because it's youth group, right? The kids are
Right.
gonna be kids,
Mhm.
but like they just don't talk, and it's kind of off-putting a little bit.
I think
because when I don't preach, I'm the one running. I was the one running around being like, "Hey guys, knock it off," you know.
I think part of it, and this is from my experience of preaching at youth group as well, is like they're seeing someone different,
Oh, okay.
and they're like,
But you like preached a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was always really good. So I never forget. Mike came to my house. He's like, bro, our facilities guy can actually really preach like, really well.
Was this the when he was doing the classes?
Yeah.
For some of the staff. I
Yeah.
remember that
Yeah.
because he came up to me the next day. Because I guess I said like something theological in the 5-minute sermon they had us do, but he came up to me the next day. He's like, "Dude, I was thinking about that all night.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never heard that ever." And like again, I'm still very new there. I'm still very quiet. I was just like, "Thank you, thank you, sir."
Yeah. So yes, perception completely changed.
Interesting.
It's,
Yeah.
I feel like that's for everyone, Adam. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
It's totally that for me as well. Like,
Seth was scared of me.
I was so scared
When
of
he
Adam
first met
when I
me.
first met him, like because he just kind of sauntered into young adults group this one Monday, and just kind of like sitting by himself. And I'm like, this dude scares the crap. He's wearing a hoodie inside. What is he doing?
The hoodie.
I wear a hoodie unless I physically can't.
And I was like, well, you know, God loves everyone. And so I walked up. I walked up to him. And I'm like, hey, what's your name? He goes, Adam. And like, hi, I'm Seth. I noticed you're not sitting with anyone. Do you want to come sit with Sam and I? And he's like, yeah. And so he walked over and sat with us, and that just kind of sparked into every week he'd come sit with us. And at first I was like, this guy, he's too quiet. He's not saying anything. And then he started opening up a little bit more and more, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this guy's awesome.
And then then he got me alone.
Yeah. And I became even better friends with him. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Boom. So I know the one thing that we have talked about, and the one thing I do know about you for sure, is that you like yourself some theology.
Yes.
We've had some talks in the green room that were very interesting and stuff. So I would love if you could tell us like your biggest, if you can, your biggest like theological hot take.
Oh no. How many people listen to this?
What are we at?
Quite
You
a
don't have to
few.
tell me. Okay. Well, okay. I wouldn't ever preach about this on a Sunday, or
There's
really,
some stuff that you don't.
or really talk really to hardly anybody about this. But I'm what they call like, everybody talks about revelations and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and the whole end of the world, all that kind of stuff. I'm a pretty solid believer in this thing called partial preterism, and that really means that most everything in the book of Revelation has already happened, except for the return of Christ.
Okay.
And I'm like really dug into it, and I'm really confident in that stance. But I never talk about it with people because they get like really angry about it. But the
Really?
modern view of like rapture and all that kind of stuff was only really invented in the early 1900s by this guy named Darby, and it like went like wildfire. But really, for the first 1900 years of the church, they didn't like really believe that. So it's interesting. That's kind of my hot take. but most people don't agree with
Do
that.
you think that caught on fire because so many people were looking for an answer that like made sense
Yes.
of a book like Revelation that was already from like a general look at it so crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you got to think like John was sitting there on the island of Patmos, and he has to like secretly get messages out, right, to the church. So he had to use like things from that era and that time that were symbols, and you know what
Okay.
I mean. Like it, I think it was for the church in that era.
Okay.
Now, obviously, the return of Christ hasn't come, so that part's still coming.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think I remember a conversation in
Yeah.
the green room about
It's
this.
really great because you don't like worry about the future, right? You're not like, oh my goodness,
Right.
this guy is the Antichrist, and Nero was
Yeah.
probably the Antichrist, and you know what I mean. Like the whole thing is really about the destruction of the temple in AD
Right.
70, which is like the end of the old covenant,
Mhm.
which is really the whole point. So
You should talk to Haley sometime.
yeah,
My wife, yeah.
She'd love
She'd go crazy for
She
this
likes
sort of
she likes that
conversation.
stuff.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It is.
Cool.
So something we like to do on the podcast is we like to hand the questions off to you. If you have any questions for us, like
Whoa.
our one ask is that you don't
Don't-
ask us
Yeah.
where
don't
we
ask-
see this podcast going.
Oh,
That's
I
our
would
one
never even
ask.
have thought of
We've
that.
already been hit with that
Like
Okay.
6 times.
enough times for the viewers to know where we see it going.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna start with Adam. Adam, what's your greatest fear about having kids?
I'll be honest. I'm not really scared of having kids.
Okay.
Like, I'm not like perverse to the idea. I want kids. It's just like, and I think this is one of my biggest hurdles in life. Is I think like financially, like that. I that's the one stress, the one big stress that keeps coming back is like not just with like having kids, but just with like life in general. Is like, how am I gonna pay for this?
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
And this is a thing. I'm not like calling out my wife here, but that we went through this in like, and we learned about this in premarital counseling. Like, some people are spenders, some people are savers, and both are good. But we learned both are good, right?
Right.
I am definitely the saver. Like,
Oh, wow.
I have an iPhone 8.
Does it still work?
Yes.
And
Barely.
the apps update
Barely.
The
somehow?
only thing is that it doesn't hold a charge very well. That's it. But I make do, and I'm not getting a new one until this one is dust. Like that's just like my mentality on everything. But my wife is like, let's just go trade your phone in and get a new one.
Huh.
It won't cost that much.
It's the same thing.
It'll be like $200. I'm like, no. $200 is $200 that could be in savings, and so it's a constant back and forth.
Interesting.
It's
so-
gender swap for Haley and I's relationship. I'm the spender. She's the total saver. If you look on our whiteboard back here, she has house math about how we're gonna save for a house.
Okay.
She also went to college for
Yeah, she's also an accountant.
accounting.
I didn't know
So-
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, she's an accountant right now. So
And she's wicked good at it.
yeah, she's wicked smart.
But yeah, I think like my biggest like hurdle with having kids would be like
How much it's going to cost?
money.
Yeah.
And like I have to feed this thing or it
Mhm.
will not be good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what everybody's biggest fear. Kids don't cost that much. I'm serious. Like I work at a church, one income. You know, you get creative is what happens. You just learn to get creative.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Seth, where do you work again?
I work at the PUD. the
Oh, yeah,
Sean
that's
County
right.
PUD.
Okay. If you didn't work at the PUD but you still had to live in Wenatchee, what would be your dream job?
I can get paid for it. Like, there's not gonna be a problem with it or anything like that.
Okay, let's go there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to be a Foley artist.
A what?
A Foley artist. It's the
Oh, the sound guy.
Yeah, well, the The person who
Movies?
makes the sound effects, basically.
Oh.
So like if you were to imagine like I'm only using this example just because I just got done with a show that we had this happen in of like water splashing against something and chains rattling at the same time, like making those sounds.
Making those sounds live.
Well, not live.
Okay.
Making them and using them on like a soundboard or something.
Okay.
That would be my like.
Whoa, that's kind of fun.
That'd be my dream.
You always
job.
see that in like at the end of credits in movies when you're waiting to see the final scene. You know,
like
or
Foley
after all
artist.
the credits, it's like there's the Foley artist and the final scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. That'd probably be my answer.
Okay.
Cool. Those are great questions.
Yeah, those are really good questions.
Yeah. No offense to our other guests,
No.
but
Those are really.
those are probably some of the better questions we've gotten.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. And if you have more.
Yeah. Any
Well-
others?
That's all I got.
All right.
That was it.
What about you, Adam? What would be your job
My dream job.
if you had to stay in Wenatchee?
Well, I feel called to be a pastor, and like I want to be in full-time ministry, like hands-on ministry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that's like I feel is my calling and my goal in life, and like my one desire is to serve. I feel like the Lord has like made me able to preach good.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's
And-
true.
I feel like if he made me that way, that's what he wants me to do, right? And that's like the best way that I can serve him is by like being like a pastor and like not just preaching, but like doing everything that comes with it, whatever that might mean.
Mhm.
But if I had to choose something different than that, I would want to be one of those guys that like does a bunch of different stuff. Like I'm in the process of writing a book, actually, like a high fantasy type story
Okay.
thing, like young adults maybe
Mhm.
type thing.
Sweet.
It's a very slow process because I have a lot to do. So like, and like I'm kind of one of those people that like I can only be creative when I feel like it. I can't just sit down and be like, all right, time to be creative. So
I think most creatives are like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like that, and then like I think it would be so cool to like. You probably don't know what Rooster Teeth is. It's like a like there are a couple of these things.
Are they sentient?
It's a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Right, or it used to be. But like they just a couple of friends. They made a production company and they just produced content. They had like different shows that they made, and like podcasts that they made and stuff like that. I would love to have like a Christian like production company that like did like comedic shows, did podcasts, and like I could hire all my friends and we could like work at this like production company together. I would love to like be an author and like have a podcast and like just have like different endeavors and then have it pay the bills and just create basically.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, we already have the production company because I've been running one since 2020. So for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
But yeah, that's what I do.
perfect. Well, Adam, do you want to end us on a youth pastor moment here?
Yeah, sure. So we've been talking a lot about like a lot of stuff, you know, but we've also been talking a lot about like the different places that people have been, like Canada and Oklahoma and Texas, California, Washington. But you know, it doesn't matter because it says in Scripture that it doesn't matter where you are because Jesus is King of the world. Jesus is God. And by God, I mean our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah. And that's how we end our show, Troy. I'm sorry you had to learn it this way. But thank you.
If you made it to the end, you're awesome.
Troy, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you so much.
coming out
This is awesome.
and doing this silly little podcast with us.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate it.
Love it.
Other than that, everything Staring at Hot Wheels. Follow us on our Instagram at Staring at HW Pod. listen to us on Spotify or YouTube. Just type in Staring at Hot Wheels.
Yep. You'll find us.
Anyways, thank you all. We
Thank
love
you all for listening. Love you. Bye.